Well, and if he goes, the person welcoming him would be George Dethelson, CEO of Corsa Coal, the company opening that new mine in Pennsylvania. Great to see you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
All right, George, I know you took the measures to reopen this mine in August. So now it appears to be not just a good business decision, but a brilliant one.
Yeah, we're thrilled with making the decision that we did. We were one of the first people to decide to open up a new mine to serve the steel industry with metallurgical coal back in August. And along the way, we've got several milestones that had to be checked off. All of those have been checked off. We're thrilled that President Trump may be attending the grand opening. But more importantly, we're thrilled for our employees and for the community. We'll be adding 70 jobs, direct jobs, to our company.
Give us a sense, though, in terms of the confluence that has made this a good decision, because obviously the EPA regulations seem to be lessening. I know you use the words that the boot is off your neck, but there's some other things, the infrastructure plans from President Trump as well, that are all contributing to this.
Yeah, we're excited about a number of things. I think the tone at the top of government is most notable. That has such an impact on business, whether it's community relations, investor relations, lender relations, capital raising. And with an administration that's open to all forms of energy, about 80% of the U.S.'s energy comes from fossil fuels. With an administration that's sympathetic to that industry, we're excited to do some great things. But we've also got high hopes for tax reform, infrastructure spending, and increased fair trade policies.
Yeah. Well, steel would certainly benefit from infrastructure spending. Put up the photo again from Brian Yennis's live shot. And this is what certain members of the left want everyone to believe that coal creates. 1944, downtown Pittsburgh at noon looked almost like Times Square at midnight because of the smog. Is this a fair representation of the coal industry?
In my opinion, it's absolutely not. So much has been invested on the regulatory side, on the environmental side, to clean up the air, clean up the water over the past 50 years, that I think coal companies and power companies are doing a great job of doing that, as well as steel companies where we sell our product. So I don't think it's a fair description. CO2 is a colorless, odorless gas. So anytime pollution is mentioned in the same breath as CO2, it's a bit of a conflation of pollution and global warming.
All right, the thing that you touched on that I think meant so much to the president is this issue of jobs. So 70 to 100 new jobs, well paying for that part of the country, $50,000 to $100,000. You got double that, triple that, quadruple that, maybe even times 6 or 7 for the number of indirect jobs. That's been the big issue for this administration from day one. Here's what Secretary Kerry, though, said about the Paris climate change decision.
This is an extraordinary moment of fake news, because the economy he described is not the economy of America. America has been gaining jobs in solar. Solar has gained 17 times the rate of our economy. There are 2.6 million jobs in our country in clean energy. Half of them are in states that Donald Trump won.
It seems to be, if you listen to the former secretary, that a decision to leave the Paris Accords is essentially a decision to eliminate all these green jobs in place of coal jobs. That ring true to you? And if so, why or why not?
It does not ring true to me. We want a level playing field for all forms of energy, whether that's any sort of fossil fuels, coal, oil, natural gas, or renewables or hydro. That's all we ask for is a fair playing field. And if we can get that, we feel that coal can compete effectively. Coal and low-cost energy is the bedrock and the foundation of a strong, well-functioning economy. If consumers have more money in their pockets because their energy bills are lower, that's a great thing, and I think it's a noble objective. If we're good at our jobs, then we're lowering the price of steel, we're lowering the price of energy for customers all over the world.
George, on a personal note here, is you're in western Pennsylvania. This is where your business is. This is where you've decided to stake your personal fortune here to try and revitalize this part of the country. What did it mean? Tell me a story about the first people you told all of a sudden, hey, guess what? You're coming back to work. We're opening a new mine.
Our employees are elated. In terms of a personal story, I get calls regularly on my voicemail from out-of-work miners that would like to come back to work. And, those are touching calls. Those really impact me. And so I'm thrilled, and it's deeply gratifying that we can open up a new mine, put 70 people back to work at our company, then have that flow-through effect to 5 or 6 times multiplier on that with the indirect jobs that will come into the community, whether it's transporting our coal, constructing the equipment, or even things like restaurants and hotels. That's deeply gratifying to be able to add to the economic base of an area that's been deeply affected by government policy over the past 8 years.
All right, very quickly, you're going to open up this mine on Thursday. Any more mines you guys are looking at to reopen?
Yes, the price of metallurgical coal is the highest that it's been in 5 years. We now have an economic incentive because the steel industry is quite strong globally, and we're a low-cost producer. We sell about 80% of our coal globally. We would like to open up at least one mine a year for the next 2 years and fill up our preparation plants with additional coal.
Well, that's at least a couple hundred of these well-paying jobs in the coal industry. So get ready for more voicemails, George.
I look forward to it.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Come back and talk to us.